Hi class, this is course 2, lesson 42 on repeating decimals. We're going to go over several different examples of what's going to be in the book on repeating decimals and different concepts or different things that you're going to have to do with them. So the first thing is you're going to have to write repeating decimals with a bar over the repeating. And repeating just means repeating end. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is figure out which digits repeat after the decimal. Okay, we're not concerned with anything to the left of the decimal. We want to know what part of the decimal repeats. So here's 4 different numbers, and we're going to figure out what repeats, and then we're going to write them with the repeating bar. Okay, so if you look, we are not concerned with what's to the left of the decimal, so we're looking and we see 0, 9, 0, 9, 0, 9. So we know that the 0 and the 9 repeat. So this would be, I'm going to put a leading 0, and then I'm going to put a 0 and a 9, and I'm going to put the bar over the repeating. So we have 0, 9. This just means that the 0 and the 9 repeat. Over here we have decimal 3, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, and I know that this 8 repeats, so I would write that with that leading 0, with the 3, and then 8, and we're just going to put the bar over the 8. This example here we have 1.41414, and then these dots. The ellipsis just means that it continues, so it's 1.414141. Remember, we're not concerned with the whole number part. So what part of the decimal repeats? 414141. Okay, so we're going to say that the 4 and the 1 repeats. We write the 1 because that's the whole number, that doesn't change. Then we're going to put the 4 and the 1 with the repeating bar. Okay, this last one's a little longer. 0.234517171. Okay, so none of this repeats. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I get 171, 171, 1. I'm going to hope that that's a 7 and a 1. So I'm going to say that 171 repeats. So you would write that. I'm going to put the 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. 171 with the repeating bar. And you're going to have to be careful to make sure that you get the right pattern established. You might be asked to round repeating decimals. Here are the steps that you need to follow. Remove the repeating bar. Write the repeating digits and round to the correct place. Okay, so we want to round these 2 examples here to 5 decimal places. Step 1, remove the repeating bar. 0.289. Step 2, write repeating digits. The 2, the 8, and the 9 repeat, so I'm going to write 289, 289, and then that would go on forever. Round to the correct place. So rounding doesn't happen any differently than it did before. I need to find where the 5th decimal place is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 5th decimal place right here. So this number to the right of it will tell me whether I leave this digit, the 8, an 8, or make it a 9. And since 9 is greater than 5, I would bump this one up. So this is going to be decimal 28929. Now, it said round to 5 decimal places. Do you have 5 digits behind the decimal? Yes. Okay, second example. If you want to pause the video and see if you can get the right answer before I get to it, that'd be fine. Step 1, remove the repeating bar. 4.3521. Step 2, write the repeating digits. So the 2, 1 repeats, so we'll write 2, 1, 2, 1, and again that would continue. Round to the correct place. I need 5 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 2. And this 1 will tell me that the 2 stays a 2. So this answer would be 4.35212. And there are 5 decimal places in my answer. So as long as I rounded everything correctly, it should be good. Okay, now, well, comparing repeating decimals, you need to take the repeating decimal and write it out. 0.212121, etc. You need to have enough digits so that when you compare these, okay, so you extend the repeating digits, the repeating digits out so that you can compare. So we're going to put this number over here. I'll write that one in red. We're going to compare 21 hundredths with the 21 hundredths that repeat. Okay. So the way you do this is the same way that you would compare other decimal numbers. You look at the place value. The whole number is a 0. The tenths place is a 2. So you keep going because not one is bigger than the other. Hundredths is a 1. When you get to the thousandths place, remember that there's a 0 as a placeholder here. And so then if you look at the two, this one, the repeating decimal, is actually larger than the 21 hundredths. And that's because you continue to have digits that that repeat. So if you were asked this problem to compare them, the 21 hundredths would be less than the 2 and the 1 with the repeating bar. Okay, last thing that we need to do today is to write quotients with repeating decimals. So we're going to divide 1.5 or 1.5 by 11, and we're going to write the quotient with repeating bar and rounded to the nearest hundredth. So we're going to have 2 answers, and the first thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is put these in the right spot. You're going to divide this, that's your dividend, by 11, that's your divisor. Okay, so this is it starts out like a regular division problem. So we're just going to, let's see, we have a decimal in the dividends. We're just going to put that decimal right up in our quotient. Okay. 11 will go into 15 one time. 1 times 11, subtract, get a 4. Now, we need to write these as decimals at this point because we need a repeating bar. We have a decimal here, so we're not going to write down a fraction or a remainder. We're going to add zeros until it repeats or terminates, and in this case it's going to repeat. So 11 will go into 43 times. 3 times 11 is 33. When you subtract, you get 7. We're going to add another 0. 11 goes into 76 times. That would be 66. And we're going to add another 0, and we're going to get a 40. And that would be a 3. 33 minus 7, add a 0, 76, 66. Okay, so this piece right here, as you're working through this piece right here is where we get our repetition. So you can see that the digits 3, 6 repeat. So write the quotient with a repeating bar. So the first part of our answer is going to be 0.136, and we just said that the 3 and the 6 repeat, so we'll put the bar above the 3 and the 6. Now make sure that you don't write it so that I can't, or make sure you do write it so that I know what you're what you wanted to put the repeating bar over. Now, the second part of this was rounded to the nearest hundredth. Now, hundredth is second place value. So, if we take this number 0.136. Remember how you round. You drop the Repetton bar and you extend those digits. Now we need hundredths, so it would be this place, the second place behind the decimal, and based on that 6, we would have to make that 3 of 4. So our two answers would be right here. Okay. I know this video is a little messed up with my power issues. If you have questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in class.